An experimental theatre production combining Chinese opera, getai and modern music, all with English subtitles, is just one of about 100 options on the programme at this year's Singapore Heritage Festival. Well, the festival this month puts a spotlight on Singapore's intangible history. To tell us more about this, we have Mr Qazim Karim from HeritageSG and the organiser, and Ms Lim Hai-Yen, she's artistic director at the ETCeteras. Did I get that correct?
Yes.
Oh, that's the group behind Out of the Red Box. That's the Chinese opera we mentioned with the English subtitles. Thanks both of you for coming to the studio. Let's start with you, Mr Qazim.
Yes.
All right. In a way, you've got a tough job. Every time you launch an iteration of a heritage festival, you have to say, come for this, this is special. Why is this one special and different from every one that's gone before?
So this year is the SG60 edition of the Singapore Heritage Fest, and it's bigger and better because we have more than over 100 programs with more than 90 partners. Each year we have different thematic focus, and this year the theme is actually inspired by our UNESCO inscription of hawker culture in 2020 and the Kebaya recently in 2024. And so we wanted to bring out this concept of ICH, Intangible Cultural Heritage, or Living Heritage, and this is the first time that we are doing so on such a large platform.
We will get to Ms. Lim in a second, but again, this is a tough spot for you, but of the many options that we can, pick three that if I only had time,
yes,
I have to watch.
The first one is actually the Home Ground Experience, which is located at Silver Garden, Gardens by the Bay. So it is actually not just an exhibition, but there's performances over the weekend starting from 4th May onwards. There's a Makan Village, there's a Makers Village, and it's all a one-stop shop of happenings. Of course, the workshops and drop-in activities are free, but you can purchase food, of course. Secondly is actually the creative hub we have at the Peranakan Museum. So for those of you who want to deep dive and learn a bit more regarding garland making, or even jamu, which is a tonic drink, this is the best place for you to do so. There's about more than 8 workshops happening there. And the last one, definitely, I would say this performance, the Out of the Red Box, theatre performance, which Ms. Hai-Yen will share a bit more in a bit.
All right, you've got a plug there for you. I looked online and it was advertised or touted as getai meets Teochew opera.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I think getai and Teochew opera is like some mysterious force.
Especially very quickly.
Getai happens in the past only during the lunar 7th month. Yeah, so they perform for the ghosts. Yeah, so it's a Hungry Ghost Festival.
So is it singing? Is it dancing?
Yes, it's mainly singing. So we went back to like 20, 30 years ago, when the getai, before the Chinese opera, they do sing songs. Yeah, so we try to locate that part of the part of in Chinese in our history, and we try to duplicate that.
So to complete your plug, where can we watch this?
At Greater IA People's Theatre.
Okay, we'll just go online and find out what the times are and how to get there as well.
Yes.
Mr. Qazim, before we, in a way, what Ms. Lim said, this getai meets Teochew opera, it's a performance, right?
Yes.
So intangible cultural heritage, it's a non-physical kind of intellectual wealth that we have. Is that the fairest way to describe intangible heritage?
Yes, in a way, intangible cultural heritage also consists of the practices, the different cultures, and also festivities. It includes the performing arts and things that have been passed down through generations and are sustained and safeguarded by the current generation. So essentially, it's the practices that keeps on going and which we are happy to showcase in this year's festival.
Now, you pointed this out before. UNESCO recognized these, put these in an official list. So I think Kebaya in 2024, right? And the hawker culture in 2020.
That's right.
So the hawker culture is the whole, is not just the food, the making of it, the practice, the beliefs that go into the hawker food culture that we have in Singapore. In Kebaya, we've got the physical item, that's the dress, but I take it this would include everything that goes into actually creating a Kebaya, an end product. Why is that so important that we get recognition by UNESCO? What does that mean after we get this recognition?
For us, I think the UNESCO inscription is one thing, but at the same time, it's about how we continue as Singaporeans to practice some of these traditions and looking into different ways to safeguard it. For example, just by attending the program, just by understanding the program, taking a photo, posting it on Instagram, I think that's a way for us to safeguard and let people know that these are living. That's why we call it living heritage, because it continues to grow, it continues to evolve. And there's such programs that we have at the festival where it's really a mix of old and new coming together, sort of a fusion of program, which we hope to continue to see evolve over time as well.
Ms. Lim, and that's part of keeping things alive is making sure there is an audience for it.
Yes.
So in a way, again, simplistically, putting English subtitles on getai is one way for English speakers who might otherwise not find this accessible, now be able to access getai.
Yeah, because even for myself, because I don't know dialects, so that would be a bit keep us away. So, but putting in the English subtitles line by line, I think is good to get it, to let it be more accessible.
All right, so is it just Teochew opera?
No. Mainly
is Chinese opera.
No. Because we do have Cantonese.
Yeah, they're very different schools. Chuanju,
Hokkien.
Jingju, they're very different.
Yeah. And then, so we try to blend getai songs into Chinese opera to make it more fun, more relevant, and more relatable.
Oh, she's a specific task. A final question, Mr. Qazim.
Yes.
Difficult to keep intangible heritage because it is intangible. In your task in Singapore, how have you done this? How would you rate your progress? Final question.
So definitely, I think through the programs at the Singapore HeritageFest, I think there are different ways in which people look into safeguarding our intangible cultural heritage, like what I mentioned. It is through workshops, it is through performances, and it is through documentation in various forms, whether it is via a YouTube video, posting on Instagram. I think those are the different ways. And based on the Heritage Awareness Survey, more than 93% of people actually express interest in their own heritage and culture. And I think that is very heartwarming to know that people take an interest and are looking into ways of documenting them.
And your job is to make sure this interest stays alive. Thanks so much for coming in to do that, Mr. Qazim Karim from HeritageSG. He's the organizer of this year's festival. So do try and log on to the website and you can see what's on offer. And the lady in the group behind one of the big offerings touted by Mr. Qazim, the ETCeteras, out of the red box is a getai meets Teochew opera. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.